Hello everyone, and welcome on back for another video here on my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video, and as we can see from the title, today we are going to be doing a spending vlog. If you have no idea who I am, hello, my name is Monet. I am 28 years old, and here on this channel I document me using the cash envelope system. It's helped me get out of debt and it is currently helping me save, but every so often I do like to throw in some vlog style content and show you exactly how I use my cash envelopes in real life. So that is what today's video is about. So if you think that this is the type of content that you would enjoy, then please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and join the family, and be sure to hit the bell so that you are notified whenever I upload my next video. We are starting this vlog on a Friday. I typically like to track my spending from Friday to the next Friday, since that's normally when I get paid. And on Fridays I do work from home, so I'm just showing that I was working from home in the morning, and then towards the afternoon when it was my lunch break, I stepped out to get me some breakfast because I had absolutely no food in my house. So this is just me going to Dunkin' Donuts, and then this will account for my first spending within the week. After that, I made my way back home with my food. I also stopped at my mailbox, picked up some packages, and I am eating my lunch while watching Parks and Rec. That's one of my little comfort shows. But honestly, for the rest of the day, I just finished up work, and then around 5 o'clock is when I began to clock out, wind down, and it was gonna be a long night because I had to wash my hair because the next day I was getting my hair done. This is the week before my birthday cruise, so I had a lot of prepping to do within the week for that. So now we move along into Saturday, and I woke up bright and early at about 8:30 a.m. My appointment for my hair was at 10 a.m. so I wanted to give myself some time. This is me showing you guys how I blowed out my hair. I do need my ends trimmed, but it was good enough for her to braid my hair. And this is just my little fit, and I am ready to head out the door. And when I went to get my car, you guys, I don't know why my neighbor parks this close to me, but it is just ridiculous. And it is a constant struggle every morning to squeeze into my car. I seriously don't know how she gets out because it's a struggle for me to get in. But nevertheless, I wasn't gonna let it bother me. I was heading to have a good day, and now we are ready to pull out. My girl Kiana Lede had just released her album, and I am stopping to get me something to eat for breakfast. I stopped at McDonald's because I knew this was gonna be a long day, so that's gonna count for my first spending on Saturday. And if you don't have the McDonald's app, I highly recommend getting it because you can get so many discounts for your food. But once I was done with my breakfast, I headed on to my appointment, and 6 hours later, I was finally done with my hair. And I must say, I do love the results. This is my first time getting these boho knotless braids, and they are high maintenance, like the girls say, but they are beautiful. But the price, I don't know if I can justify the price. I don't know if this is more than what the typical girlies are paying, but for my birthday it was a nice treat to myself. But after sitting there for 6 hours, the last thing I wanted to do was come home and cook, so I definitely stopped and got me some Chinese food, and that was a wrap on my Saturday. Moving on to Sunday, I started my morning doing some laundry, and I made myself some breakfast because honestly, I was just sick of eating out every morning for breakfast. So whatever I could find in my kitchen is what I was gonna make myself. So I had some of these crescent rolls left over, and I went ahead, rolled those up and put those in the oven. And then I also made me some grits. And that was going to be my breakfast for the morning because I refused to spend any more money on eating out. So the end result isn't, the most appealing, but it got the job done and I was fed. So once I was done with my breakfast, I did head into my office and finish completing some orders, and then I got dressed to drop these off at the post office. Since I knew I was going away on vacation, I did have to shut the shop, so these were the last bit of orders that I needed to get out before I left. So as I said, just going to the post office and dropping the orders off. After the post office, we get back into me spending, with me first stopping at Costco. I like to fill up on Sundays to prepare for my work week. And then right after that, I headed over to Walmart to pick up really only breakfast things. I was only meant to get bagels and this milk, but of course I grabbed other random stuff. But it wasn't too bad. I was getting ready to leave in a couple of days, so I didn't want to stock my fridge. And then this is me ending my night, grabbing my suitcases and beginning to pack for my birthday vacation. Now we move into the next day, which is Monday, and on Mondays I do get to work from home for my job, so that is what I'm doing here, clocking in and getting started. Mondays are my busiest days in terms of work, so most Mondays are a no spend day, and that is technically what this day was. But on Friday I did order some things online and they showed up today on Monday, so I'm just gonna throw it in for today. I got us some shirts. This was for my cousin and I that we were gonna wear on the cruise. I bought mine and then my cousin bought hers. I also bought my makeup spray, some jewelry that I had my eye on, and then a bucket hat because the sun was not gonna get me this time on the cruise. So all this I just lumped together within my spending. I knew was for all birthday related things, and that is really all I did for Monday. Moving into Tuesday, on this day I did have to get dressed and head into the office. So in the morning I did no spending, but on my lunch break I did decide to step out and I made my way over to Target. There were some last minute things that I noticed while I was packing that I needed, so I just went to the nearest Target to pick up those guys, and really that was all I did for my spending on that day. Wednesday and Thursday were both no spend days. I literally just went to work, ate at home, and continued to pack. I also had me a little Christmas movie night since now it's time for that season, so I just baked some cookies, watched movies, and relaxed. And here we are back at another Friday completing my spending for the week. Normally I do wrap my spending up on the Thursday before, but since I was catching a flight, I thought it best to just complete my spending so I can close it out properly. So on my lunch break, I went to Sephora to pick up some perfume, and Bath & Body Works was having a sale, so I picked up some of those wallflowers. And then after work, I headed over to the nail salon. I was getting a pedicure and getting my eyebrows done. And then when I came home, I did my nails, but that will complete everything for spending that I did this week. All right, everyone, so we have finally made it to Friday, and it's Friday night, honestly, so it's pretty dark. Apologize for the settings, but yeah, now that we are done with my spending for the week, I'm just gonna go ahead and document all of my spending to show how simply I do that. So every Friday, normally at the beginning of Friday is when I do it, but I have a lot of things going on, so I'm just going to close out my spending that I did for this week tonight. So I have my computer over here and I'm just going to pull up my budget template and put in all of my tracking that you guys have seen me do. How I keep track of it is that I have these receipts. These are only a few. I have more over to the side, but these are the ones I remembered to put into the little packet. But I keep track of all of my receipts for all of the spending that I've done throughout the week, and then anything that I did online, I just check my bank statements to make sure I capture all of that. So basically what I'm going to do is just put in all of my spending on my tracker. And for myself personally, I don't deal with change, so I round everything up to the next dollar if I need to. Also have to mention whenever I bring up my receipts that I do utilize the Fetch app, and if that is something that you don't have, what are you doing? Because I've been talking about it for quite some time, but Fetch is such a great app. All you do is literally scan your receipts and then they turn into points, and those points can be used for gift cards. So I've been able to get Dunkin' gift cards, Apple gift cards, Amazon gift cards. So it's very simple, it's free to use, and I do have a link down below if you're interested and it's your first time. If you use my code and you scan your first receipt, you will get 2,000 points and I will get 2,000 points. So it's just a great simple way to get some points and earn some money back, because we get receipts anyway, so you might as well scan them and get some points for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my tracker and begin inputting all of the spending that you guys just saw me do. right, so now that we see I've filled in all of the expenses that I did within my expense tracker, we also see that the expense breakdown pie chart has been populating with all of the data that I've been doing so far. So as of right now, toiletries is looking like the most spent, but at this point, since I still have more spending to do throughout the rest of the month, I am just focusing on what is left to spend, because this is basically the money that I'm gonna have until I receive my next paycheck, and I wanna make sure that I have enough to suffice for the next week. So that is when I bring out my cash dividers, but I'm using my mini cash envelopes right now because I am about to travel soon and I didn't want to bring my whole wallet, but it's still the same concept. So I am just validating that what my tracker is saying matches the actual cash that I have on hand. So the first category that I can look at is gas. Now, gas I don't actually track with physical cash because I do go to Costco to get my gas, and it's just easier because they don't take cash. But I do have a checking account solely just for gas, and there is $39 in it, so that is correct to show that I have $39 left to spend within gas. So the next thing that we can look at is spending. Spending after everything I've done so far, it's saying that I have $161 left. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my spending envelope and validate that that is true. So within spending, I have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 140, 150, 160, 161. So that is correct, $161. And I will be using this spending for the 2 days that I'm going to be in Miami before my cousin and I venture on our cruise. So this 160 is good. We will be getting some alcohol and other little snacks and things to help us for the week. But as for spending, we are looking good there. So the next thing that I can move along to is groceries. Groceries should have $145. And within this envelope, I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 45. So that is correct. $145 is within groceries. And when I get back, I'm gonna need to do a big grocery shop. So good to have this amount of money. So when I return, I can work with that. The next thing up we have is toiletries. That should be $30. This one was heavily used this week, so I am actually shocked that we have anything left over. So we have 20, 25, and 30. So that is correct and looks good there. All right, after that we have clothing. Clothing should have $35 in here. And in cash we have 20, 25, 30, 35. So that is correct. $35 for clothing. And then the last guy is eating out with $22 I should have. And looking at the envelope, we have 20, 21, 22. So once again, that is looking good. So that is simply how I track my spending throughout the week. I like to keep it simple so it's not, too much work. So as you see, I use my cash throughout the week. I don't even think about it because as long as I still have money within these envelopes, I know I'm still on budget. But then at the end of each week, I actually see how much I have left with, and it makes me feel comfortable that I have enough money to sustain me until my next paycheck. But as for today's video, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me throughout the week. Hopefully you all enjoyed. I did try to vlog as much as I could, even though it was a very hectic week for myself. Let me know down in the comments below if you are still enjoying these type of videos and you want me to do more. As I say, I will always try to do what you guys actually enjoy. So definitely let me know. Giving a thumbs up is also a way to let me know, and sharing it really just helps and supports the channel if you share the video. Also, if you aren't subscribed yet and you've been enjoying the content, please be sure to subscribe. I appreciate all of our new people joining the family. I love to see it. But as for today's video, you guys, that is all I have. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all next time within my next video. Bye, guys.